The most crucial thing to surviving is collecting food and water supplies. Thankfully, the year is 2022, and for that we have an app called Uber Eats. However, when exploring the wilderness, it might come to your attention that there is no internet connection, and in that case, you're fucked. But thankfully, because you're watching this channel, you will learn a lot of new techniques on how to survive. Now, because I'm such a professional at surviving, I have already been in these areas a couple of times, and I for a fact know that there are lions in this area. And with enough luck, we might have one for breakfast. So our first trap is going to be one for the lions. As you can see, we already have some empty canvas right here. And here we go. We have found this piece of glass, and we will place $1 under it. Although dollars are not our currency in Croatia, I'm going to use them as a demonstration for those American viewers, who actually probably get lost a lot easier than us. The lion, once they find the trap, they will see the dollar, and once they collect the dollar, this glass is going to fall over them. For the second trap, we're going to use these tiny grass patches as a bait for birds. The birds who come here might lay some eggs. Their eggs are very tasty. We are going to take some dry grass and lay it in a triangle format. Of course, we are not summoning demons with this technique, we are just getting some bird eggs. We are going to put 50 cents in this trap. If a bird comes by, they might take the grass and eat it because they are vegan. And then they might lay a few eggs. Sadly, I didn't manage to find any water so far, but thankfully I brought my own bottle of water. So make sure when you're about to get lost in the wilderness, take a bottle of water with you. And if you forgot a water bottle, go back home and get one, and then get lost again. Alright, looks like we have gotten ourselves a lion, and that means that the trap has worked. Sadly, it's a white lion instead of a black one. I prefer black ones, they are a bit more tasty because they are dark chocolate. But this one also works well. That's gonna be a very nice dose of protein. Now let's go take a look at the other trap. Oh, would you look at that? Look, right here. 4 very nice Oreo eggs. Sadly, it's not a regular egg. It's also in a winter themed package because the winter just ended, which we would use as regular food, and instead it's sugar, which we'll have to save for dessert. This is our income of sugar for today. We will leave that in our backpack where it's cold and it's not gonna melt. And now we're gonna take out the water, which we already mentioned before, and drink it. While we are here, I might as well show you what else we have in the backpack. Like for example, red bug spray. This is very useful if you want to protect yourself from animals that are like bugs. Mostly mosquitoes though. And if you don't get that, you can take one of these, a deodorant, and also a lighter with it. Now, just because we want to protect the environment, I'm not gonna demonstrate yet. But in theory, you just turn on your lighter and then shoot the deodorant through it.
Možete demonstrirati kako to radi.
Ako inzistirate, makar će vjerojatno ovo eksplodirati.
Inzistiram.
Ništa, izgleda da je upaljač prazan, jebi ga.
Dešava se.
Ako se to desi, onda ste najebali. Ništa, sada pošto je jako vruće.
Alright, it's around afternoon and the sun is very hot, so I'm gonna take off my jacket and put on some sunglasses. I forgot what it says on the shirt, but from what it looks like, it says California. I have some very nice drip. Right, since I'm sweaty, you can double use the deodorant and just make yourself smell nicer. Because, yeah, you should do that. Perfect. Alright, now I will show you a little trick that my father taught me when I was very little. It's a cool watch trick. So what you want to do is take a fidget spinner, put it on the watch, and then spin it. And it's gonna show you the general direction of where you should be heading. Sadly, because this fidget spinner has 3 sides, we might have to gamble where we have to go. From what it looks like, it's pointing right over there. And I honestly want to trust that because there is a path leading towards there. And the fidget spinner also matches the arrow on my watch. So the technique works. I see a wild creature over the horizon. We must approach it very carefully. Right over there are some wild bicycles. If we manage to catch them, we might be able to traverse the area faster. So just follow my step and be very quiet. Now, my cameraman made me look like a fool because he just casually picked up the bike without any force, while I had to literally combat mine. That's why we're going to let our cameraman handle the bike with the provided mobile phone stand. What are the odds of that happening?
Možemo krenuti.
We have arrived to a country road. We must trespass very carefully so we don't get hit by a car. Alright, we have safely traversed the road, and let's make us some kind of a shelter. We have a very nice field to work with here. Sadly, before we can build anything, we must first traverse this very dangerous thing called a pit. It's around 2.5 meters tall, or however deep that is in American, I don't bother. It's one of the hardest objects to traverse as a survivor in the wilderness. We must go very slowly and watch out, and also carry our bike with us. And now the hard part, pushing the bike up the hill. Alright, from what it looks like, the cameraman is again making a fool of me, because he just simply avoided the pit by walking around it. But if nothing, I showed off my survivor skills by traversing it, so I still feel very proud of myself. Anyway, now what we're going to do is we're going to find or make a shelter for us. The night is approaching and we must find cover, because the night is very dark and scary and there is no light. And it's dark, because it's night. Alright, I tried to make something, but I'm an inexperienced builder, so I asked my unpaid architect cameraman to build me something. And we have a very nice building that he made us. Sadly, he ran out of materials and he couldn't really finish it, so there are a few pillars missing and floor and stuff like that. But it gets the job done. So we're going to rest here for a bit until the day comes again, and then we are going to try to find some civilization. The sun has risen. We have slept through the night. There were some loud bangs because there is a shooting range next to the building that we couldn't really avoid. But if nothing, we had some rest, even though there was loud stuff. Anyway, because my unpaid architect cameraman is so great at his job, he managed to make me such a good building that I could see some civilizations from the building. Alright, by those ancient hieroglyphics over there, I can confirm that we are in a place called Osijek. And I am very happy to hear that, because we finally found some civilization. And I hope that I really could help you escape from the dangers of the wild. And I hope to see you in another video.